1440. Missioner Allen Auctioneering's Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg Public Unreserved Equipment Auction is next Friday at 9 a.m. featuring graders, forklifts, wheel loaders, man lifts, mini excavators, skid steers, telehandlers, plus commercial trailers and sea cans. Info at maauctions.com.
Invest for today and tomorrow. Vision Credit Union makes it simple with 2 RRSP options to fit your goals. Choose a secure term deposit RRSP with guaranteed returns or a mutual fund RRSP offering higher growth potential with exciting opportunities. With an RRSP, you'll save on your income tax, grow your investments tax-free, and get closer to your dreams, whether it's retirement or your first home. The deadline to qualify for 2025 tax deductions is March 2nd. Learn more at visioncu.ca.
Missioner Allen Auctioneering's next Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg Public Unreserved Industrial Auctions are next Thursday and Friday. These major events include multiple lanes selling a large section of multi-purpose trucks, equipment, and commercial trailers. Info at maauctions.com.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Mariah Carey playing. That means it is Friday here on Fantasy Frenzy. The show brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, and the Country Mac with you here in the Sports 1440 studios in West Edmonton Mall. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you text us 1-833-401-1440 today on the show. We'll talk some Oilers. I think we got to talk about the Buffalo Bills and the length they're going to find their potential new head coach. And we're also going to give away a $50 gift card to first round. So make sure you keep it locked here on Sports 1440 for the next hour and more. And we'll let you know how you can win that gift card in a second here. Of course, it'll be texting as always, whether you are driving around town, you're streaming, you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, Twitch. You'll all be entered. You just have to text in to 1-833-401-1440. Or if you want to email us, Connor at sports1440.ca and Brandon at sports1440.ca. Of course, we can talk some Edmonton Oilers. Big loss last night to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Wow, 3 minutes in, they're down 3-0. Certainly not the ideal start. Anthony Mantha, guy looked like a beast out there. And Sidney Crosby with one heck of a deflection. Even in that situation, I think Oilers fans probably had to take a step back and say, that was nice. And that was pretty much it for the Oilers. Jake Wallman would score a shorty to get them within 2, but then the Penguins answer with 2 straight. Now the Oilers will turn their attention to the Washington Capitals on Saturday. Brandon, you were out there with the Critters last night?
Critters were critting in Smoky Lake last night.
Big dubs.
Big win.
16-13?
It was an offensive explosion between the two sides, but Critters able to sneak out a gritty road victory. It's not pretty, not how you draw it up, but we bared down in the third period and were able to close it out. So solid performance. Eddie Steele, another great outing. His second with the Critters. 17 grand raised for Smoky Lake Minor Hockey, which is awesome. They had some great contests. Like they did Chuck a Puck. They had a raffle for an ATV, and they actually brought it out and like drove it around on the ice while they were doing the Chuck a Puck type thing. Yeah, a lot of fun. Great trip out there, chopping it up with the boys on the bus to and from. So it was good. And then on the way home, I watched the Oilers game in rewind, I guess. Game was already over. I knew the result, but I had to see how they lost in such spectacular fashion.
I got a coffee drop off. Thank you very much, Melanie and Sales. Oh, and Brandon got something too.
It's a treat.
It's a birthday treat for Brandon.
What a kindness. Wow.
Brandon turns 36 years old tomorrow.
Ouch.
That's still younger than me. Hey, it's not that bad. 31 years old tomorrow, correct? Yeah, not that old. I was going to go really extreme. He's 73.
Well, 73 might be pushing it, but if you did even, I'm sure there's plenty out there that believe the 36 if they've met me or know me or even just seen me. I will say this, Connor.
Yeah.
I have been accused of looking in my mid-30s since I was about 21, 22. But now I'm now in 31 and I still kind of look the same. So I'll take that as a positive, as a win. The rest of my body may not be keeping pace as it feels like it is still aging at that more advanced rate, breaking down. But, you got to take your little victories where you can get them.
I'd say that's a pretty fair assessment.
Yeah.
When did you, maybe you haven't, but stop getting carded? Has that happened to you yet?
It really depends on the place. Like there's some places that'll ID you no matter what. But in general, I really haven't been getting ID'd since I was probably 19 or 20.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Well, and it started when I was selling cars just after I finished university. And we hired this kid. He was like 18 years old. I would have been 22. And it was like his second day. I was like, hey, let's go have some lunch. I'll sit with you in the break room, whatever. We're just friendly chatter. And he just kind of asked me out of the blue, how old are you? And so I just told him to guess. And the very first thing he said was, well, you're definitely not in your 20s. And I was 22. So that was tough. But he followed that up by saying you're definitely not in your 40s. So I guess that was positive. His final guess was 34.
He could have just said 30s.
He could have just said in your 30s, but he had to make sure he drove that point home for me. So that was pretty hard to come to grips with at the time. But like I said, I feel like I look pretty much the same now, maybe just a little fatter. Here we are 9 years later.
Well, we all are.
So true.
Did you have a saying when you sold cars? What's it going to take to put you in this bad boy?
No,
today?
I like to slap the roof and say, you can fit so much spaghetti in this bad boy.
Yeah. People loved it.
Oh, people loved it.
A little trip down memory lane. Well, happy early birthday, dude.
Very kind. Thank you. And thank you to Mel for bringing me a little treat here. I can't wait to open this box up and see what's inside.
I got a 12-ounce cafe mocha. She said, do you want a mocha?
I bet it tastes better than the one that comes out of that machine out in our lunch area.
Well, very likely. Very likely. Tiger says, hey, Brando, don't feel bad. When you're 18, anybody over 20 is 50. I get that. We were 19 in Mexico, Duke, and there was guys who were probably in their mid-30s there. We're like, wow, they're too old.
Look at those ancient fogies.
What are they doing here? Go home to your families. It was like, we're rude when you're young. MTR says, happy early birthday. The car salesman episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm is hilarious.
It is one of my all-time favorites of TV in history, especially as somebody that has worked in that industry. Mm-hmm. And Larry's just belief that I could show up and sell cars, no problem. I'd be great. And his first day he gets fired. It's so good. It is laugh out loud funny, virtually start to finish.
I haven't seen it, but maybe I'll just watch that one so I can get the little bit. Brad the driver also says happy early birthday. I do want to get to our question of the day here for a chance to win a $50 gift card to First Round downtown location. We'll pick the winner after the show, as we typically do here. But last night, Duke, 4:45 in the morning, smoke detector runs out of batteries. So of course it starts beeping. About 2 months ago, the same thing happened to a carbon monoxide detector, I believe, but we didn't know where it was coming from. So it kept us up for like an hour, just trying to
track it down around your house.
You could hear it everywhere. So I just want to I'll ask you three, the panel, and then also all of our listeners. You guys aren't eligible, of course. Household task that drives you crazy. Like it could be something like the batteries going on your smoke detector or something day to day. But just our question of the day, household tasks that you're sick of. We'll start on the left because I know Josh has one. He's ready to go here. We might have. Is his mic on?
Mic on?
Oh, sorry.
Mackenzie was deep in thought of something that bugged her.
She was
Like,
patiently-
wow, Josh, you're really thinking about
She
it.
was patiently waiting for me.
Great drama. Good pause.
Listen, it's a necessity and I do it, but I hate doing laundry. Like it is so annoying and time consuming, and I hate folding the clothes after. And so like in my ideal world, I live by myself with in-suite laundry, and when I'm done wearing stuff, I just put it right in the wash.
Yeah.
And I can just keep it in the dryer, the clean stuff. And that's like ideal. Or the things that have to get hung up. But that's also an annoying part. It's like, and then if you wash the wrong thing, it gets smaller, and I can't.
Yeah, why do my clothes all keep shrinking?
It's like, oh man, I forgot that I put my hoodie in there. Oh man, now I can't wear that anymore because I'm such a fat little boy.
Man, I get it. I like to put my hangers right where I when I take my stuff out, shirt right to hanger. Avoid those wrinkles. Okay, Duke, you're next up on the list here.
So laundry's a good one. A lot of household tasks, once I start doing them, I actually kind of enjoy it. Like whether it be folding laundry, pairing up socks, vacuuming. If you have like some deep carpet and you're really scrubbing it, getting, especially like me, if you have some pets and you can like see some of the hair pulling out of it if you maybe left it a little too long, whatever the case. But I dread starting them all. If I had to pick one, I would probably say dishes. Like after you cook a giant meal, and yeah, you can load the dishwasher up for sure, but a lot of things you're not supposed to put in the dishwasher, right? Your pots, your pans, and things like that. So then you got to clean them by hand. That would probably be mine.
Country Mac, you're up.
I am also going to go with dishes. But unlike Brandon, I throw everything in the dishwasher. I don't care if I can make it fit. It's going in.
All right. We do that too. Pots and pans also going in the dishwasher. All right. Let us know. 1-833-414-1440. Things that you dislike doing around your house. If it's dishes, well, a $50 gift card to First Round would be quite beneficial for you because you don't have to do the dishes there. They'll actually take your plates away after you eat. So let us know. 1-833-414-1440. We can dive into that in a little bit. We'll let the text build up. Duke, I got to, on this Fed Up Friday, get something off my chest because the Buffalo Bills really starting to annoy me after the reports out there that they're allegedly interviewing Phillip Rivers as their head coach candidate. They also want to talk to Mike McDaniel, who in principle agreed to join the LA Chargers as their OC. If that doesn't happen and he goes to Buffalo, well, I don't have to tell you, you're not going to do two jobs at once.
Then you can hire Phillip Rivers as your OC.
Well, that would be cool. I'd be all on board for that one. I'll take Philly Rivers as our OC. He'll push the ball downfield, get the run game going. But interesting news that just kind of popped out of nowhere today. I don't think anyone had this before. Whomever broke the news an hour ago that Phillip Rivers is interviewing for the Buffalo Bills for their head coach position. He does have some head coach experience at St. Michael Catholic High School, but this would be quite the leap. And we'll have to talk to Declan Kruger when he rolls in. You're a Buffalo Bills fan, of course. But what were your initial thoughts when you saw this headline break?
I honestly wasn't that surprised. And I just talked about this with Kevin there in our last segment that following Rivers' last game with the Colts and kind of discussing his future, he came right out and said that with respect to everybody that does this and has been doing it for a long time, he's like, I think I can coach at the NFL level right now, like head coach, because of my experience and knowledge inside the game. So am I a little surprised that it's someone like the Bills doing it as opposed to, say, the Titans, the Dolphins, some of these other teams that were currently the Jets, if they had a open spot in their cycle, they stick them with Aaron Glenn, like one of these dysfunctional franchises. But the Bills doing this kind of reminds me that before Sean McDermott and Josh Allen, this is the most Bills thing that they could do. Like they are one of those dysfunctional franchises. And Terry Pagula just loves to get his hands on things, including throwing your first round pick wide receiver under the bus when he's still on your team.
Second round.
Sorry. Early second rounder.
Very early. Essentially a first.
Yeah, in my eyes, it's a first round pick. But anyway, so I'm not going to rule out the notion that he could have success at the job because of everything that he said, like how smart he is and how well he knows the game. But I think being a head coach at the NFL level, it surprises guys that have been coordinators for years and years about how much it actually entails. For someone like Phil Rivers, I think it might be, should he get the job, a pretty alarming awakening.
Yeah, I mean, he should know, but whatever it was, 17 years in the NFL.
But still, I don't think you even if you're the quarterback, the full minutia of everything a head coach does.
I agree, because there is so much to it. I would, like, if you're him and they do this, you have to have, like, a really good assistant, like, head coach.
Like the most veteran coordinators that exist on the market. Bring somebody out of retirement if that's what it takes. Like, you would need to surround yourself with the right group of people 10 deep.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'd have to have a good support system, but I know they'd be prepared on game day, at least on the offensive side of the ball. Man. And then, like, the Raiders could potentially still go get Mike McDaniel. Like,
oh yeah, that's another team that I would expect to hire Phil Rivers.
Oh, if Raiders. That would be the worst thing ever.
That would make you sad.
I would actually be very well. I don't know. I really like Phil Rivers. I might have a soft spot for the Raiders if that were to happen. Not to win, but do better. Get them going in the right direction. But I do like what you said there. If McDaniel does go to Buffalo, maybe bring Rivers in as the OC, get things going. I feel like he would interview really well because his positivity, his attitude is infectious towards the game of football. He just loves football. That's all there is to it. We asked you for a chance to win a $50 gift card to First Round. Household tasks you hate. Brad says taking out the garbage when it's minus 30. Also bathrooms. Tiger says, anyone ever leave laundry in the washing machine for a couple days and you have to rewash it because it stinks? Yeah.
I learned that lesson very early in life and have not made it again.
Yeah, once. Never did it again. Ricky Cheese says cleaning the fish tank. That's a good one. Matt, the promo guy, has dusting as being the worst. So does Jane Victoria, especially baseboards, AZ, shoveling snow. If I gotta go without shoveling snow, I'd be the happiest person in the world. Kaylee says cleaning the oven. Bob says I had a house cleaner for years. Now I don't. Cleaning the shower is a pain in the you-know-what.
Clean the shower? Shower cleans me.
What's next? Driving your car? I hate doing bathroom stuff in general from Cat Dad. Triple C in a truck. Says he has a wife. He doesn't do household tasks. All right. Maybe you could help out, Triple C.
Big Mike's giving a big thumbs down to that text.
You could do something, help out. You don't shovel the snow or anything like that?
Shoveling snow is another one that falls in that same category of what I described, like vacuuming or folding laundry. Something's like, it's just staring at it. I was like, I don't want to do this. Once I'm into it, I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
I got the headphones in, whether podcast, music, catching up on the hours of LT or Gregor show that I missed. And it's like, I'm just out there. Time flies by. But at first, there's 100 things all of a sudden. You're like, oh, you know what? Instead of do this, I'll put my dishes away. I'll do anything rather than go out into the cold and start this endeavor.
On the topic of listening to old Gregor shows, check out the interview Gregor had with Connor Unger yesterday, Condors goalie.
Rebels legend.
Yeah. Well, great. He's been a legend wherever he goes, I think.
He's got a really good track record of every team he's played for.
Collegiate, 3 East Coast Hockey League teams this year.
This season alone.
He talks about his numbers and stuff. It's so funny. Tub Guy says, we're on an acreage. I hate having to snow blow and clear the driveway, not because of the snow, but when it had to be done over and over because of the snow drifts. Yeah, Tub Guy, I'm in a similar situation. Just in the way our houses are situated, we get that snow drift on one side of our driveway. The worst. Glenn says, I hate having to wipe up grease splatter off the stove after you cook. And if you let it build up, it gets worse. Just attracts it.
Yeah, then you're just like chiseling it off eventually with the paper towel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gross.
Gotta soak it. Tim says cleaning the wife's hair from the bathroom sink drain. Yeah. I mean, Duke, you grew up with 3 sisters?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been there. Jane Victoria says, Fed Up Friday. I love that. Knobloch power play. Play power play 2 more in the ref season. Let them get reps on the playoffs. They can be used. Oh, that was supposed to be regular season, I bet. And the Oilers team, what exactly are they? Contenders or pretenders? Jay from Victoria. Well, I mean,
based on last night's result, and not just result, process to the result, fair question.
I think they're more contender than pretender. I think those games happen. Those 3 minutes were awful for Tristan Jarry, obviously, and the rest of the Oilers. Not going to pin it just on him, obviously. The breakaways, I heard you and Carrie is talking about that, Duke. Like, we talked about it yesterday on the show. Who has the advantage, the shooter or the goalie? When they had that familiarity, I think the shooter has it on a breakaway. Like, knowing kind of Tristan Jarry's tendencies, and they were able to take advantage.
It's almost like for the goalie, you're almost overthinking it in that moment of having, like, you see Gino Malkin, a guy you've played with for 6+ seasons, and you like, oh, he always did this in the shootout. But I get it, players do still have tendencies, but I think on shootouts and stuff, when it's all happening so quickly, as opposed to a penalty shot or a shootout attempt, it's a lot more in the moment rather than a quote-unquote go-to move.
I also think that was such a long breakaway. He had time to think.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's Malkin. What's he going to do? What's his move? He scored 1 million goals in the NHL. We'll find out. Our question today for Cam Tate's 2-minute warning. At Cam Tate on Twitter or X, do you think the Oilers played the worst game of their season Thursday night against Pittsburgh? Go vote, and then Cam Tate's 2-minute warning will come up on the Jason Gregor show For me, I'm voting no because I saw the game against Colorado and then Dallas where they absolutely got stomped. Not to say last night was a good game. It was not a good game by any means. And I guess you could make the argument that the way they've played as of late, that shouldn't have happened. Like we thought they had things kind of turned around. Earlier in the season, it was pretty bad. But man, those games were awful. Duke, top of your head, was that the worst game the Oilers played of the season?
No.
No?
No.
Well, the voters right now, and it might be a bias with it just having happening, but right now, yes, leads. I won't say the results, but
do we remember the fact that they lost 9-1 to the Colorado Avalanche on home ice back in November?
No, I don't. I said that. And Dallas too.
That's what I mean. Like
pretty bad.
This team played so poorly for almost 2 months where it's easy to forget because they've looked so much better in the time since. But last night was not pretty, but come on. I don't even think it's close.
Golly, as Phil Rivers would say. Yeah, wasn't good. But go vote at Cam Tate, and we'll retweet it as well for those of you who want to check it out. We'll take a break here. When we come back, more text, 1-833-401-1440. Let us know one household task that you hate for a chance to win a $50 gift card to First Round. It is Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Do you sit around at work listening to sports radio all day? That's right, my friend. There's no shame in it. It's the good life. And we're not here to snitch. Say, if your company advertised on Sports 1440, you could be the one listening for your company's ad every day. Now you've got an excuse to listen to Sports 1440 all day. It's part of the job. Sounds like someone's getting a promotion. Email Gregor at sports1440.ca and let's get to work for you.
When picking a New Year's resolution, try to avoid things you have no influence over.
Like bringing home the cup? That would be awesome.
But completely outside your control. Instead, pick something you can control, like bringing home some Will Hawk beef jerky.
That would also be awesome. But what if we brought the cup home to Canada and it was filled with Will Hawk beef jerky?
Okay, I'll allow it.
Will Hawk beef jerky, only available in Leduc. Get yours today because you don't win cups with salad.
Hey, Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $500,000 on Mega Jackpots Ocean Bells? Think about the season tickets you could lock down with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Happy New Year. I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for everything in 2025. With your help and your support, we fed almost 500 families. We donated to various charities in the Edmonton area, and we're going to do it again in 2026. Please stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
This hockey season, before every game, check out the pregame show with Andrew Walker on Sports 1440. It's brought to you by Titan Supply, your only source for rigging, lifting, and hauling products. Visit titansupply.ca.
Looking for the perfect gift? Give the gift of great taste with a Loca Quality Market gift card. Redeemable at any Loca Quality Market or Loca operated restaurant. It's a treat for food lovers. Ready anytime. Grab yours today at loca.ca.
The Junior Prospects Hockey League's fourth season is now underway. The JPHL offers elite athletic and academic opportunities for players in the 14U, 15U, 17U, and 18U divisions. All games are broadcast live on Silent Ice TV, featuring a showcase-style schedule and competitive matchups across Western Canada. Players work with experienced coaches, trainers, and elite hockey personnel. Learn more about Western Canada's fastest-growing elite hockey development stream at juniorprospectshockeyleague.com.
It's the best for Honda. It's the place for service too. I love it. I love my Honda place. Would you buy? Would you buy? Would you buy? It's the place.
The pedigree of a championship team is solid planning. Set yours with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Edmonton's only sports radio station, Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, Country Mac. I think we're going to roll with Country Mac. Just a good reference, and I forget who sent that in originally, but let's go with it here. Duke, Victoria Mboko right now, leading at the Aussie Open. That's pretty cool.
I don't want to spoil this for you, Connor, but this happened last night.
Oh, yeah. It's 5:24 in the morning. Did she win?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
She's through. This was her fourth round match, or she's through to the fourth round?
This is the third round. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she's through to the fourth round. Did it say that on there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, in the corner.
Small
Camera's
font.
in front of my face.
Well, thanks for letting me down easy. You could have bet me. I should have known better. I was texting my sister last night when I woke up at 4 in the morning with a smoke detector, and it was even like 10 o'clock Friday there, I believe. So, oh well, lots of shark attacks going on there off the coast of Sydney.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was 4 bull sharks have been attacking.
Scary stuff.
Government says just go to the pool.
No sharks here.
No.
Think about that when you're out enduring the minus 37 real field today.
Could be sharks.
Could be shark. Could be killer spiders.
Yeah.
Could be capybaras.
Snakes.
What are those birds that kind of look like velociraptors? They don't. Cassawaras? Something like that. I think they're from Australia.
Couldn't tell you. I'm sure someone will text in and tell us. The show is brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. We have that, and Australia doesn't have that. That's a big loss for them. Go check them out. Only available in Leduc. Tell them we sent you. Talk a little Cowboys with Trent while you're there. They hired a new DC as well. Brought him over from Philly. Or was it the Eagles who hired the Cowboys, old one? Should have prepped a little more for that one. Anywho, talk to Trent. He'll let you know. DDR says, boys, I got to say, Fantasy Frenzy, hands down, the best show in 1440. I wish it was longer.
Not my burner account.
They can't afford us longer, DDR.
Yeah, our rates are too steep.
I asked you guys your, most disliked household task. 1-833-401-1440. One person will win a $50 gift card to First Round. Shovelhead says, shoveling, especially this year, which is fair. Klaus from Beaumont says, as a trophy husband by evening and a tradesman by day, I can tell you I do a ton of housework. All floors, lawns, sidewalks. My responsibilities as a compost, recycling, and garbage, but I also cook, clean Monday to Thursday, try to get my kids to do stuff. But it's more to motivate them to do it myself. Sometimes. That's a lot of things you got to do. You have a good list there. Trophy husband. Self-proclaimed. And tradesman by day. Keep him busy. Phil says, single gated community housekeeper. Widows bring casseroles and warm clothes fresh to the dryer. Life doesn't get much better. Oh, that a boy, Phil. Rose says, I hate shoveling snow. Once you get out there, I don't mind it. Just got to get going. The Fog says, picking up dog crap. Yeah, that's fair. Keep them rolling in here. Now, Jordan says, what was that bird you were talking about, Duke?
I looked it up. Cassowary. Cassowary is what it's called.
Jordan had said capybaras are harmless.
Yes, I did say capybaras sort of in jest, mixed in with the snakes and the sharks and the spiders. But a cassowary is actually a terrifying animal. You look at this and you can see that this used to be a dinosaur.
Can you spell it for me?
Cassowaries is the plural, just a Y on the end for single.
Oh, it doesn't even fly.
Yeah, neither do dinosaurs.
Flightless. Well, I'm just an observation.
Pterodactyl's not a dinosaur, Josh. Thank you very much.
Cowboys hired the Eagles old DB coach. Okay, that's what it is. Thanks, Triple Scene and Truck. Lance says, I hate rolling my wife's socks, just specifically hers. They're so ever so slightly different, and you have to try to match them. It's frustrating. My socks are all the same color. That's fair. That's fair. How do you fold socks, Duke? Do you roll them up into a little ball?
Not to a ball. I just fold over like right at the heel.
Yeah.
Just a quick fold over.
Kenneth says on topic of the Oilers, they lose to every good team and only beat bad or hurt teams. Oilers are 13-18 versus current playoff teams, plus the next 3 teams in each conference, just out of the wild card, 4-3. That's fair. I mean, it does seem, we've talked about it a bunch of times, like, okay, it wasn't the Penguins last night, but, against the Stars, against the Capitals, against the Wild. Okay, here's a statement game, chance to prove something, and kind of fall flat on their face. I know one of the losses to the Wild was just 1-0, but the Stars and Avalanche going games for sure were really disappointing. And like when you lose that bad, I know a lot of times we'll say, well, it doesn't matter if you lose 2-0 or 9-0. I think it does. I think having a little bit of pushback in those games does matter. Like not rolling over, allowing one goal.
Standing up and be like, yeah, maybe we're going to lose this game, but let's play with some pride the rest of the way and not get run out of our own building.
Don't be the laughing stock. And especially you're down 2-0, like a chance to make it 2-1, get that next big save. And those games, like they're discouraging for sure. Granted, there's lots of hockey to be played until they get into the playoffs. And we've seen them ramp it up down the stretch. Easy to say they'll do it again. They've got to put in that effort, that work, do the little things. And I'm always interested to see how they respond after those games. So you got the Washington Capitals coming to town on Saturday. Alexander Ovechkin, there's going to be a lot of Caps fans in the building. I think similar to there's a lot of Penguins fans in the building last night. How do they respond? When they lost to Colorado 9-1, they won 2 straight games in overtime. Now, it was Columbus and Philadelphia, but there was a response. When they lost 8-3 to the Dallas Stars back in November, they won 4-0 against Seattle later on in the week. So they have bounced back in those games. When they lost 1-0 to Minnesota, they'd go beat Seattle 9-4. They need to play Seattle next. That might be the key to it. But in their 2 worst losses, we have seen responses this year. So we'll see if that continues tomorrow night, 8 o'clock puck drop. That means pregame show at 7 o'clock with Walker and Paulson and Landon Ferraro. I should mention this segment also is brought to you by elksnation.ca, 2 weekly podcasts with Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger breaking down the green and gold. Most in-depth EE football coverage you'll find anywhere. And you can also read articles at elksnation.ca. The team did announce that they have signed national defensive lineman Francis Bioy through the 2026 season. Also, American defensive backs Javon Bird, Travion Blaylock, and Ian Kelly, American wide receiver Ayer Asante and Ketron Jackson Jr., and running back Ontario Brown. Defensive lineman also Gavin Meyer. So Edmonton Elks doing some work, and Ed Hervey bringing in some talent. Looking forward to this season. If you're watching on YouTube, I am wearing a Elks sweater right now. It's going to be a fun year. I think things turning in the right direction. David texting saying, "Hi guys, I didn't watch the Oilers game yesterday, but listening to the last 10 minutes and hearing the score, pinch me if I'm dreaming. I thought Skinner was in net." Nope.
It just goes to show, just replacing a goalie doesn't solve all your problems. If the team's not playing well in front of them, doesn't really matter who's in there sometimes.
I think Titch had the tweet, signed Stuart Skinner. Speaking of, Stuart Skinner and what he's been able to do as of late. Obviously, we know his first game with the Penguins wasn't good, but he's been playing better hockey as of late, I would say, since being acquired. In the month of January, he's started 6 games. He's won 5. The only game he lost was a 1-0 loss. So in the month, he's got a .926 save percentage with a .168 goals against average, a record of 5-1. Is that good, dude?
Found his groove. And if we recall, he was kind of in his groove when he was traded here in Edmonton, right? Like he had been playing back to the caliber that was expected of him. And that came in tandem with the team playing better and winning more games. So, yes, I'm this isn't like some sort of victory lap for the Stuart Skinner backers and believers here. I mean, it's one game. They did not. And credit to the Penguins. They are a much better team than I would be willing to say 90% of people thought they were going to be this year. Apart from the true diehards that just would believe in them for no reason other than fandom. they've exceeded a lot of expectations, and they've got some good pieces. Carlson returned to the lineup last night was evident to him up and down the ice, made some good plays at both ends of the rink. Other guys on the roster, the partner for Carlson, Shea, he really impressed me. And then you still got Crosby, Mantha, the 2 goals, speed, size, skill. Malkin pitched in, and they showed it on the graphic on the broadcast, like the team's record in games that both Malkin and Crosby score. It's a pretty good recipe for success. So you got to give the Penguins credit too. Like, the other team is trying. They want to win as well. Maybe except the Canucks at times, as they are maybe in full tank mode here for the rest of the season.
Tiger says, I don't think Skinner relishes Jarry getting lit up, but I do think he enjoyed the Oilers fans getting it.
What did you think of the video tribute to joint video tribute, Brett Kulak and Stuart Skinner?
I thought it was good. I liked it. Yeah.
I liked it as well. And they showed it on the broadcast, which isn't always the case, right? Which was kind of nice.
Yeah. Shout out to Sportsnet for doing that, for the fans at home to get to see it. I think people, I shouldn't say this, not everyone, but I think for the most part, people really liked Stuart Skinner and Brett Kulak, as humans. And they had to make a change, had to do something. Those 2 guys were the casualties. But yeah, I thought the tribute was really nice. They got a nice ovation. And yeah, I thought they did a good job with that. Speaking of good jobs, Duke, you know what today is?
January 23rd.
It is. It's the beginning of the Alberta Long Feisty Pickles Charity Pickleball.
Oh, baby.
The 24-hour challenge.
Lounge.
Yeah, absolutely. Tonight at 8 o'clock, it gets going at the Edmonton Sports Center on the south side. 32 teams going to dink from dusk to dusk. It's free to watch. You can play games, get food, beverages, as you mentioned, at the Big Dill Lounge. All proceeds going to Breathing Space, a home away from home. Patients traveling to Edmonton for lung transplants and to its benefits. And you can donate to our team, Picklers in the Dark, at sports1440.com. I was talking to Kim, who's going to be taking part in it.
Oh, yeah. Kim, big dinker and dunker.
Big time. People said, can we come watch you? She's like, well, I got the 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. Wait, yeah. I think it's 12 to 2. She's going to be playing. So I don't know how many people from Sports 1440 and then, Stingray will be going that time. Maybe Duke will be. That's kind of when you thrive on a Friday night, hey?
Late.
Midnight.
I got a big curling match at 6:30 this afternoon. Chance to advance in the C event after my team won without me last night, Connor. I'm 0-2. They're now 1-0. But if things trend the right direction or wrong direction, and I'm back in the city this evening, that late slate is, like you said, right in my wheelhouse.
You might have to swing by the Big Dill Lounge.
The Big Dill Lounge.
Go for a bite to eat.
Have some picklebacks.
Yeah. Well, what's that?
It's a shot?
Oh, I've never had one.
That can't be true. Isn't it just vodka and pickle juice?
That sounds awful. Where I'm from, we do just straight whiskey, Duke.
Oh.
Whiskey or Jack.
Oh, sorry. Head back to your dusty old saloon, hillbilly.
Yeah. I'm going to sarsaparilla. No, I've never had that pickle juice shot. I don't like pickles. Not a fan.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
In any form.
I could drink pickle juice right out of the jar. In fact, I do.
I think I've seen you do
Usually when I'm hungover or have the hiccups.
Helps you. Lance said, when the trade happened, I didn't think Jarry was better than Skinner. I'm tired of pretending he is. This is Ingram's net. I'm all in on Ingram. He does have a bit of a calming presence between the pipes, I find, Duke.
Ingram.
Yeah,
there's another
Ingram in net.
thing I kind of talked about with Kevin just before you came in studio, Connor, was like comparing the two. They're both very good goaltenders when they're at their best, but they do kind of go about it in different ways. Ingram, the more, like you said, calming, collected, always within his means inside the crease, inside the net, whereas Jarry is the athletic, can make the spectacular stop, but he makes it look spectacular. And Ingram at times, maybe making a similar type save, makes it look a little more routine because he's playing within his system and within his style.
I always kind of found that about Carey Price.
He made everything look so easy.
He didn't make like the 5-star save, but that's because he was just positionally sound.
They were 5-star saves. They just looked routine because he was always in the right spot.
Yeah, there's something to it. So, Lance, I don't totally agree or disagree. I think I'm kind of like, we got to wait and see. Last night was bad, but I thought the Oilers kind of hung out to dry on a lot of occasions. So, would you love to see a breakaway save? Maybe 1 or 2 would be good, but we'll have to wait and see for sure. But I'm not opposed to it. I like what Ingram's doing when he's out there. Noel says Pickleback is the worst ever. Brad the driver says, first time since 2018 the Penguins won in Edmonton. They were due, some might say. Duke, let's take a break. When we come back, more text 1-833-401-1440. We'll get to Jay in Victoria. He's got a question about the Rams and Seahawks game this weekend, so we can dive into the NFL playoffs as well. It is Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
New Year's resolutions. We all make them. We all say we're going to start eating healthier or going to the gym or starting that new hobby. But at GS Construction, we actually follow through on our New Year's resolution because it's the same every year. We promise to set the groundwork, literally, for another year of progress and growth. And we've stuck by that resolution since 1974. So start that all-you-can-eat diet. GS Construction is going to start planning right now for the year ahead. For more on what we do, visit gsconstruction.ca.
Cantork has turned 25. That's right, 25 years of building tools so good, they practically torque themselves. Hard work and innovation equals problem solved. See our latest designs at cantork.com.
A pizza from Papa John's is already pretty great, but you know what's even better? 2 pizzas from Papa John's. For a limited time, get a medium one-topping pizza for only $6 when you order any large specialty pizza at regular menu price. Whether you're feeding your family, your team, or yourself, get your next meal from your locally owned and operated Papa John's with a $6 one-top medium when you order any large specialty at regular menu price. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Japa Machinery Group knows that XCMG may not roll off the tongue, but Japa's team will help keep your construction jobs rolling on time and on budget with heavy equipment sales and rentals. Visit japamachinery.com to find out more.
This is Andrew Walker, host of the postgame show on Sports 1440. After every hockey game this season, tune in and chime in as we talk about the game. It's all sponsored by Legacy Heating and Cooling. Don't get left in the cold. Visit legacyheating.ca.
Your fantasy football league sucks. Why? Oh, we've got 7 painfully accurate reasons. And don't worry, we've got fixes too. Visit fantasytoilet.com for all the tools and hilarious awards to make your fantasy league suck less.
I'm Rick Showers from No Bull RV, and even though it's a few months past Thanksgiving, I want to give thanks right now. This is the time of year when so many people go to the new RV show and buy their new RVs.
All the new RV stores are bragging about the latest makes and models.
That's right, Bob. Those beautiful state-of-the-art RVs are brand new right up until the time they leave the showroom. Then they're used. Just like every quality used RV on our lot, somebody pays full price at the RV show or at the new RV store, and in a matter of seconds, it's worth tens of thousands of dollars less just because they picked it up.
Where does all that money go, Rick?
It stays in our customers' pockets, Bob, because we sell those same RVs just a few years later. If it wasn't for new RV buyers, we'd be out of business. That's why we give thanks every year. You make it all possible.
And that's NoBullRV.ca.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:43. Welcome back. It's Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, Mac the intern with you here. We are taking your text 1-833-401-1440. Household tasks you hate. Text one in, and you'll have a chance to win a $50 gift card to First Round. The show brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Coming up next here, it'll be the Lowdown Flow Tide. Alan Mitchell and Declan Kruger previewing the weekend in sport, talking about the Oilers game last night. They'll have Steve Lansky be by. And then from 2 till 6, it is the Jason Gregor Show. I'm just getting confirmation. Joe Beninati will join us, the voice of the Washington Capitals, at 2:20. We'll have Lorianne Munzer Wanye Gretz will be rolling through, hoping to have someone from Yahoo Sports join us to talk about the NFL. Also, we'll have Craig Button, Spec, and LT plus 5 questions. So make sure you keep it locked here on Sports 1440 throughout the remainder of your day. Tomorrow morning, you got the Saturday Sports Setup, 9 a.m. Duke, you going to be in for that one?
It will be dependent on the results of my curling match tonight. If we win, we will play tomorrow at a point in the day where it would be not practical to come back to Edmonton and then jet back down again. If we lose, we're done. I'll probably come back late in the evening and then do the setup. Got some running around in the city to do before heading back to Dublin, regardless, tomorrow evening for banquet and senior hockey game.
Josh, you'll be there. Josh is always there because he's got Hoop City from 10 to noon, sorry.
That we do.
And then pregame coverage with Fox Sports mixed in there. So a busy Saturday here on Sports 1440. Just some things that drive people crazy around the house. Tim says, I'll vacuum for days. I'll vacuum your office, my office. I'll clean a dishwasher filter. But goodness, I hate laundry. Folding tiny toddler socks and little burp cloths. No, just no. Do you actually fold the burp cloths?
You just crumple those up and chuck them in the drawer?
Absolutely. There's no time for it. Even my socks. I just throw
You
them
don't
in.
pair your socks?
No.
Oh, Connor, you're crazy. That's a psycho move.
Well, so I have some Nike socks that have left and right on them. But
living in the next tax.
Other than that, they're just basic socks from Costco.
They're all the exact same. It's not even because I have really basic socks too, and I just as soon as they're done, I chuck them in the bin and go buy a new batch from wherever, Walmart, or I don't go to Costco, but any other generic store. But they're still some of them have slightly different patterns on the bottom, or some are blue, or some are burgundy, black. I don't know. Yours are all just the same.
Yeah. And also I keep my daily socks, I'll just whatever, Wild West. And then I have a separate compartment for dress socks and such.
Oh yeah. Your dress socks are in your dress drawer.
Yeah. So
with your
those
ties and your pocket squares.
Those are paired. Yeah. My immense collection. Tim says, you don't pair your socks? Game changer. Lance says, I wish I could live like you, Connor. I'm here trying to match socks. You'll learn, kid.
And the important thing too, because if you have different generations of socks, you want to make sure that those are paired with socks of the same generation. You're not wearing a sock you just bought last week with one you've had for 3 months.
Yeah. Well, that's
they
very
don't fit
true.
the same. The wear pattern on them is different.
You got to rotate them for sure.
You got to
from the back.
You got to be mindful.
Yeah. Always pay attention for that. But anything else that might drive you crazy around the house, text us 1-833-441-1440. Get a chance to win a free gift card to first round. $50. Michelle says, I hate cleaning bathrooms, but love the smell. The clean smell and shine of everything after. Yeah, that porcelain shines quite nice.
The smell of that lemon pledge in the bathroom it is nice.
NFL this weekend, you got Seahawks, Rams, Broncos, Patriots. Jay in Victoria, known Seahawks fan, says the game the Rams beat them. Darnold threw 3 picks. I know on paper the Rams are a better team. I hope the Hawks will be better that day. I will say it here and big if Darnold does not throw an interception, the Seahawks will win. What do you think? Jay from Victoria. Well, I'll say on paper, I think the Rams have the advantage at quarterback, a guy who's won before playing at MVP level, no doubt about it. But I think the Seahawks have a good team. I think that you have a good point, but he could throw an interception and still win. It depends when and where. If he throws a pick 6, that's not good. But if it's 3rd and long and he throws a shot to the end zone and pins them inside the 5, then it's a great punt. So I can't say that that's going to be the determining factor. But I do think Darnold, he has to throw the ball more because the Rams are going to key in on Kenneth Walker. They're going to try to eliminate him and probably make Sam Darnold beat you. And, he's got to hit his shots to whether it is going to be Jackson Smith-Njigba or Cooper Kupp. You got to hit those shots. And I think Darnold could be, and it's probably obvious for most games, could be the X factor here.
Yeah, Sam Darnold this year has answered every bell that's been presented to him, right? Because coming off of his season in Minnesota where he wins 14 games, but loses the chance to clinch the division, does not play well against the Lions. Then first round playoff matchup against these same Rams, has a terrible game. And all of a sudden people are saying, oh yeah, here's the real Sam Darnold. This is the guy that we saw with the Jets, right? Now he gets himself a new spot, starting quarterback in Seattle, wins 15 games. And every issue that we saw from him last year, he essentially answers in turn, right? A chance to win the division against a divisional opponent in the final or next to last week of the season. He does it. He wins his division, or didn't have to play a division round game, but wins his playoff game to get through to a conference championship matchup. And I'm not saying he's lit the world on fire in either of those contests against the Niners, right? But he played well enough to complement the rest of his team, which is an unbelievable defense, arguably the best receiver in the NFL this year, and a really strong tandem run game. Now that run game has been whittled down to a singular guy, but based on what we saw last week, it's perfectly fine with just Kenneth Walker touting the football. So I'm interested. I think the Rams win this game, but like Sam Darnold has made a believer out of me. Even if maybe he doesn't have the best outing on Sunday night, I'm still like in on Sam Darnold being a legitimate starting quarterback, probably top half in the league in that category.
It is funny you talk about the running game. You go to the ESPN Seahawks depth chart. Running back, Kenneth Walker, third. Second, George Holani, IR. Third, Zach Charbonnet, out. Fourth, Kenny McIntosh, IR.
Oh.
Who is their backup running back? It's got to be someone.
They got a fullback?
I just left. I'm hopping over to the Seahawks official depth chart here. They do have Robbie Oosts listed, but they also have Zach Charbonnet. So maybe Jalen Milroe has to drop back and rush the football a few times, you know? A little X factor there.
Little Clint Kubiak got in his bag on that.
That'd be funny. Just going to Sam Darnold's game log, just bringing up the previous matchup against the Rams. Well, the first one, we all know. They lost 21-19. He threw 4 interceptions, no touchdowns. It wasn't good. In the game they won, he was better, threw 2 touchdowns, still had the 2 interceptions. Matthew Stafford against these Seattle Seahawks this year. The last game, he was fantastic. 450 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers, and they lost the football game in overtime. That was where Sam Darnold had a really good drive towards the end. The first game that they won, as I mentioned, it was 21-19 for the Seahawks. He had a couple touchdowns. Wasn't great, though. Like, completed 53% of his passes. Like, the Seahawks defense did a really good job. So I'm thinking, I don't know who I'm picking right now. Maybe we'll save that for 5 questions on the Gregor Show. We'll make our official predictions. But, yeah, I think we're going to have a good one.
I think both games are going to be really good. I'm not selling the Broncos and Jared Stidham down the river. I think the rest of the team is balanced enough, particularly on defense. Obviously, it's the strength of the roster to make life difficult on Drake May to keep them in this game, and Jared Stidham just has to manage it. You know, lean on their run game. If J.K. Dobbins can somehow play in this game and be effective in, I think that's a huge boost to them to complement what they've had in McLaughlin and the rookie RJ Harvey. So I'm in on Stiddy to keep this game close for the Broncos. And Sean Payton's such a good coach. He'll have the game plan in place to make it happen.
Holani, is active per Aaron. I thought I saw that. Thank you for confirming. He says, here's some history rounds for Seahawks. Record 29-28. Points scored. Seahawks 1,223. Rams 1,222.
Oh,
always close.
How about this number? I think it's the past 2 seasons. Their head-to-head matchups, the point separation is only, I think, 2 points, and even like yardage separation is only like 10. They've essentially been identical in head-to-head.
I'm looking forward to this one, Duke.
It's going to be a great Sunday. Great Sunday.
Hate to say it. Can't wait. I don't actually hate to say it. Sean said, what is this first round contest? So all you have to do is text us just weird things around the house you don't like doing. Doesn't have to be weird. Just things around the house you don't like doing. I was woken up this morning with a smoke detector battery that went off. It doesn't happen on a Saturday at 2. It happens on a Friday morning at 4:30. Very annoying. Michelle says, I fold all the laundry. And man, do kids produce a lot of laundry. 2 kids? Yeah. I mean, I've learned that with 1 kid. 3 onesies a day sometimes. Pete Forsberg says, I've got a socks and boxers bin. Not folding, no pairing, just out of the dryer, into the closet bin. Spend 2 seconds per morning, but save all the folding and sorting time. Change my life, boys. Yeah, I'm with you. Pete Forsberg, that's what I do. Glenn says, who says you need to match socks? Just leave them loose and pick 2. It's fashionable to wear mismatched socks. Shovelhead says, boys, they're socks. I have better things to do than fold socks. Straight in the drawer and done. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I'm glad we're all on the same page with this one. And to be honest with you, like, 90% of my socks are the same. So there's just really no issue. They're black or gray, and then I just roll them out. Nail says, house chore I don't like doing is dishes, but I'll gladly do them to avoid watching Survivor. Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched Survivor since like season 2. I didn't like Richard. I was a Jervis fan. Dave Q says cleaning toilets, even though I do the most damage to them. Well, Dave, maybe it's your responsibility.
Right hand
then.
up. Right hand up. You got to have accountability.
You're like, I got this.
So maybe it's because you do so much damage to them that you dislike cleaning them so much. You know what's happening. Because you're just going in blind. You can, plead ignorance on it.
Yeah, you could. Doug says, I just like taking down the Christmas trees. Yeah, that's a good one. Brad says, cooking. I don't want to. I'd Uber Eats daily if it was physically responsible. If only you could, right? It'd be great. I mean, you mix in like some salads or something every once in a while, but Lance says, I'll have to go back and make the missus that listen to this. Maybe she'll let us get away with not matching her socks. But if her socks are all different, then I think you do have to match them. Granted, you could just throw them in a bin and match them in the morning. Grab 2, go. But
then you're like parsing through them.
Maybe.
And in the morning, some of us, Connor, we're a little more rushed in the morning.
Well, wake up earlier.
That's it. I mean, I'm already getting up so early. I can't get up any earlier. It's impossible.
Well, then you got to go with the basic sock system.
No,
Just
it's
buy
simple.
One pack.
When I take them out of the dryer, I just dump them all out on the bed, and it takes me like a few minutes just to work through it and pair them up, fold them in half, and chuck them in the drawer.
Instead of doing that, just sleep, and then you can wake up earlier.
No, not how it works.
We're gonna pick a winner. I'm not sure who. Duke, anyone you liked?
No. Well, sorry, I liked all of them. Better way to put that. I'll leave it to you and Mackenzie to select a winner here once we wrap up the poll.
I'm gonna pick Tim.
All right.
Who cleans his wife's hair out of the sink?
Oh yeah, relatable. Relatable.
Not even the shower, the sink. Wow. Tim, you're the winner. Send us your email. We'll get you that gift card. We'll take a break for 47 hours?
More than that?
Whatever it is. We'll be back on Monday at 11 to do it all over again. For the panel, I'm Connor Halley. We're going to get to a Sports 1440 update right now with the Duke, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc.
This is the Sports 1440 update.
8-game slate in the NHL tonight. 2015 Stanley Cup final rematch with Tampa Bay in Chicago. Dallas taking on St. Louis. The Flames host the Caps. Mitch Marner making his return to Toronto with the Leafs hosting Vegas. Avs take on Philly. Ducks are in Seattle. Sharks host the Rangers, and Vancouver playing New Jersey in the nightcap. In the BCHL tonight, Spruce Grove Saints are down in Okotoks, while the Sherwood Park Crusaders are out in Cranbrook. And in the AJ, Camrose and Bonnyville, both with home games just outside the city. On the hardwood, 8 games total, including the Raptors continuing their western swing with a stop in Portland. Tip-off at 8. Elsewhere, Pistons hosting the Rockets. Celtics are in Brooklyn, and it's a rematch of last year's NBA Finals with OKC taking on the Pacers. From the MLB offseason, former Blue Jays reliever Sir Anthony Dominguez and the Chicago White Sox in agreement on a 2-year, $20 million deal. Dominguez expected to serve as Chicago's closer next season. At the collegiate level in the city tonight, Pandas hockey hosting U of S at the Drake, 7 o'clock puck drop. Griffins men's hockey plays Manitoba at the DCA at 7. Ooks men's hockey taking on RDP from the Nate Arena at 6. Bears, Pandas, and both Griffins volleyball teams are at home, getting underway from the Saville Center at 6 o'clock and the David Atkinson Gym at 5, respectively. Finally, Ooks basketball. Both teams playing Augustana at the Nate Gym tonight, starting at 6. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. I'm Brendan Douglas at your Sports 1440.